Hello, today we are going to solve ICT Feb March 2022 years paper. Paper code is 041721. Okay, so we are going to solve database task in this video, but before moving to database, first we'll solve task 1, that is evidence document, because we'll need evidence document to place screenshots of our practical things whichever we have solved. So first thing is you need to check all this source files if you have it. Then we'll start with task 1, evidence document. Open the file M2221 evidence.rtf. Make sure that your name, center number and candidate number will appear on every page of this document. So we'll open this document. First you need to extract the source files. So I have already extracted here, and from the source files I will open evidence.rtf. So this is an evidence.rtf file. Okay, and now make sure that your name, center number and candidate number will appear on every page of the document. So we need to write our name, center number and candidate number on every page of the document. It should be visible on every page of the document. We don't have to write it manually. To make it visible, we just have to take headers or footers. To take header, right click on Insert tab, Headers and Footers group, Header drop down, and you can select any header. They haven't mentioned any alignment, so I'm writing it all in one alignment. Write your name, center number. Suppose center number is ZZIN 999 or ZZ999, and then candidate number. Suppose my candidate number is 1234. So close header and footer. Whatever you write in headers and footers will appear on every page of the document by default. You can check here. See, press enter, enter, enter. As soon as a new page comes, your name, center number and candidate number automatically gets added to it. Okay, so it should be on every page of the document. Next, save this document in your work area as M221 evidence followed by your candidate number. So you have to save this in your work area. Work area means nothing but the folder. So I have created folder here on desktop. I will create one other work area, like suppose 2022 work area. You can write the name of the folder of your work area with your name or center number or your candidate number. So, and then followed by your this name followed by your candidate number, like this. So suppose my candidate number is 1234. Okay, and save as type Word document, save. Okay, so evidence document part is done over here. You will need your evidence document during the examination to place screenshots when required. Now we'll directly move to database task, that is task 3. Okay, so task 3, database task from Feb March 2022 paper. You are now going to prepare some reports. Make sure all currency values display the same currency symbol and are set to 2 decimal places. So what we have to do here, we have to prepare some report on, and all currency values should have the same currency symbol and are set to 2 decimal places. It should be set to 2 decimal places. Using the suitable database package, import the file M2221 makers.csv. Now suitable database package, which is suitable database package? MS Access, because database task we are going to do it in MS Access. So we'll open Access. I have Access 2013 here. Create new blank desktop database, like suppose 2022 Feb March, and then create. So blank database I have created here. Now what we have to do is we need to import this file, that is m221 makers.csv. Using a suitable database package, import the file m221 makers.csv. Use those field names and data types. These are field names and data types. We'll see how to import a table, a CSV file in MS Access. For importing, you have to click on External tab. In Import and Link group, click on Text. Here in External Data, you will get two groups, Import and Link and Export. Because we are importing file, in Import and Link group, you have to click on Text file. As soon as you click on this text file, this dialog box will appear. Select the source and destination of the data. You have to click on Browse. Open the location where you have saved all the files. Makers, right? M221 makers. Select, open, and OK. So when you click on OK, import text wizard dialog box will appear. Here you don't have to change anything. Just click on next. Then make sure this checkbox is ticked. First row contains field names. First row contains field names because first row has field names, right? So check this checkbox. After that, click on advance. And then just check all the data types are appropriate for those field names, and in question paper you can see all data types are text, so we'll keep text as it is. And after that, click on OK. Next, again next. Choose my own primary key, because in question paper it is given set maker code as a primary key, so we need to set maker's code as a primary key. Either you can select this or directly from here, or select the field from here. So maker code, next, and then finish. Okay, after that, save import steps dialog box will appear. Click on close tab. Next, open. Now, so here you can see makers table is imported successfully. Next thing here is, so we have done with this first part. Next, import the file m2221 drives.csv as a new table in your database. So one more table we have to import, that is m2221 drives.csv. Use this field names and data types. So these are all field names, data types, and here you can see some store and display is given. This should be stored with 3 decimal places, and this should be displayed with 3 decimal places. So first we'll import this drives.csv. So again, some steps for importing. In external data, import and link, click on text file, browse, drives, m2221 drives, open, OK. Here no changes. After that, next. First row contains field names, advanced. Now here you have to check all the data types for the field names. So you can see like all almost till format all are text, right? So we can keep all till text till format. Sorry, this should be a text, right? So till format all are text. After that, capacity TB is number, and it should be saved to 3 decimal places. Because it has to be saved with decimal places, we can keep it as a double, no need to change that. Then read write number, integer we can keep, because it is 0 decimal places. Then price, currency, and then stock number. So we'll change only price here to currency, else all will be as it is. Then OK. Next, choose my own primary key. Again, see here you can see set the drive code field as a primary key. So drive code field you have to select as a primary key. Drive key is selected. Next, and then finish. So second, then close. Second table also we have imported successfully without any errors over here. Save the data. You need to save this data. So save. After that, take a screenshot evidence of the table structures showing the primary key field names and data types Place this in your evidence document. Now for both the tables, see what they have given here is take screenshot evidence of the table structures. Table structures means for both the tables we have to take a screenshot of the table structures of both the table structures, and primary key should be visible, all field names should be visible, and data types should be visible. So for that, open access. Open this makers. Now you need to view this in design view. When you will open this in design view, then only a primary key, field name and data type will be visible. So take screenshot of this. For screenshot you can use snipping tool, which can be easy because whatever screenshot you need you can take only that. Select and then drag. Okay, just a minute. There's some problem with this. It is taking little time. So I'll drag this here. For makers table I have taken screenshot. You can see all field names are there, data types are visible, and even primary key is visible. So copy and paste in your evidence. Now which evidence you have to paste? Evidence number 4. For both the tables you have to paste. So search for evidence 4 and place the screenshot. This is for one table. Same you have to take for second table also. So drives, view, design view, snipping tool, again new, and then take screenshot of this. Done. Copy and paste in that same evidence document. Now I think so half of the data is not visible here. We have taken only till grade, so all fields should be visible. So remaining I think we should take, okay, copy and paste here. I think it is not copied properly. So copy and paste in evidence. Done. So read write is already there. If you want keep or else just delete. Done. So here all field names, data types with primary key we have placed a screenshot. We have done with this question number 13, importing tables. Now move to question number 14. In this question number 14, what you have to do is create a one-to-many relationship between the maker code field in the makers table and the maker code field in the drives table. So maker code field from makers table and maker code field in the drives table. We'll see how to create a relationship between this. For that, before close all the tables which are open here, then click on database tools. In this relationship group you can see this relationship option. So you just have to click on this relationships, select the table one by one. You can select or you can press the control key and select together. First drives table and then makers table. So you can drag it here because we need to connect maker code field from makers table to maker code field in drives table, right? So for creating relationship, how you will link these two tables? Select the maker code field from makers table because we need to link that field to maker code in drives. Select and drag down to the field in the next table. As soon as you drag, this dialog box will appear. See one to many relationship and then you have to click on create. So your relationship between these two tables has been created. Now what is next question? We have done with this question. Take screenshot evidence showing the field names and type of relationship. Place this in your evidence document. So we need to take a screenshot evidence for fields and type of relationship. So fields, you can see these are fields for both the tables, right? So one screenshot of this fields and then second of to show the type of relationship. So copy this and paste in evidence number 5. Even we need to show the type of relationship, one to one, one to many. So here one to many relationship is there. To show that, just double click on this line, the connecting line. As soon as you click here, you can see this dialog box. Take screenshot of this and copy and paste in the evidence document. Open, copy and done. So both the things we have done here. If you want, press enter and this should be visible. Done. Now next, we are done with the question number 14, create one-to-many relationship, and even evidence screenshot we have placed. Now next, in this drives table, locate the record with drive code DD88. So we need to locate the record with drive code DD88 and make the following amendments. We need to change these values. Amendments means we have to search the record with drive code DD88 and we need to change the capacity TB and price. So for that, I think we should close this now. Relationship has been created. Do you want to save changes to the layout of relationship? Yes, you have to save. After that, now what is the next question? In drive code, so drives table, right? In drives table, locate this. So open drives table and search for the code DD88. So you can directly do Control F and DD88, right? DD88 we want. So DD88, okay, done. So you can see DD88 record here. That is, it is the last record, so it was quite easy to find. Now you need to make the following amendments. Capacity TB should be 2.000. So capacity TB should be, here it is given 1. We need to change it to 2.000. Done. Next, price should be 450. Price should be, it is given 250 here, we need 450. Now one more thing, we did here 2.000, but it is not taking, like it is just showing 2. Because while importing the table, here we can see it has to be displayed and stored in 2-3 decimal places, right? We skipped this by mistake, so we'll do it now. Capacity TB should be stored as with 3 decimal places and even displayed with 3 decimal places. So how to do that? Select this capacity TB field, click on view, design. Here you can select this capacity TB. Selected. After that, format, see here down, format should be fixed because we want fixed to 3 decimal places, right? And decimal places should be 3. And now view it in data sheet. You must first save the table, yes. See, you can see now this capacity table field is stored with 3 decimal places and even displayed with 3 decimal places. Next is price field. Same we have to do for price field. It should be stored with 2 decimal places and currency symbol with 2 decimal places. So again, select, open this table in design view. Then select price field. Format should be currency. Here we will not keep fixed. Here it will be currency and it should save to 3 decimal places, right? 2 decimal places, sorry. So 2 decimal places, done. Open in datasheet view, yes. You can see here price is displayed into with currency symbol and 2 decimal places. So this is done. And I think this is also done. We have changed the values. Price we can say it should be 450 for the last record. 450. Next, check your data entry for errors. Save the data. Check your data entry if any mistake is there and save your data. Refresh. Done. Next, Next thing here is question number 16. In the drives table, locate and delete the record. In the drives table, locate and delete the record with the drive code DD65. So we need to search this DD65 record and we need to delete this record from the table. DD65. So Control F, DD65 and fine. So here you can see this DD65 record. Click on this, select this DD65 record, right click and delete record. You are about to delete one record? Yes, we need to delete that. So you can see now DD65 record as whole record has been removed from this table. Next, save the data. Now you just need to save this data. Done. So we have completed till question number 16. Next is question number 17 is using fields from both tables, produce a tabular report. We need to produce a tabular report. Question number 17. Using fields from both tables, produce a tabular report that selects the records where suitability is gaining or includes the text field. Read is greater than 2200. So in this question, we are going to create one report, tabular report, by following the instructions which are given over here. So in this overall question, we need to identify some questions we have to perform in query and some in report. So first we'll start with this contains a new field called this field we have to create at the runtime. So first we'll start with this. Shows only the fields drive code, model, maker, country, suitability, form factor, read, capacity, TB, price and retail in this order. So for creating that new field, first we need to select all these fields, right? So to do that, open Access. In this MS Access, now already we have imported tables here. From this table itself, we have to create a report. Just remember, before creating report, every time you need to create a query. So for that, click on Create. In Queries group, you have to click on Query Wizard, Simple Query Wizard. Okay. And then here you can see the table names, tables whichever are there in your this database will be visible here. So now let's say what all fields we want. We want drive code, model code and model. So drive code I think we'll get in drives table. So drive code, model. After that, maker, country, suitability, form factor. So maker we need, right? So maker is in makers table. Make sure the sequence is maintained which is given in the paper. So maker, after maker, country, suitability, form factor. So country we can select from here. Suitability, form factor from drives table. Suitability, then form factor. After that, read, capacity, TB, price. Okay, so after read, capacity, TB, then price. And after price, the last is retail. Retail is not in any of the table which is imported, so we have to create that field. So whatever fields are mentioned, we have included all the fields. So after selecting all the fields over here from both the tables, click on next, then next, and then what title do you want for your query? So title will give includes only the text drives for gamers or creative work as a title. So we'll give this same title over here for the query and then finish. So you can see query is created here with the fields which are mentioned in the question paper. After doing this question, this one is done. Now after this, even this report, title report we have added in query. After this question, now we'll move to the criteria. Criteria are always applied in the query. Criteria are like sorting data based on some conditions. So here you can see suitability is gaming or includes the text created. So suitability field is there. We need to show only the records where suitability is gaming or it should include the text creative. So for that you need to open this query first. Open the query in design view. For opening query in design view, home tab, view, design view. And now we need to apply criteria here, right? So criteria has to be applied for suitability field. So for applying criteria to suitability field, what criteria we need to apply? Suitability is gaming or includes the text creative. So gaming or it should include the text creative. So double quotation marks, asterisk mark, after that creative, then asterisk mark close and double quotation close. So we have applied OR criteria here. Gaming or it should include the text creative. So we'll see now, run the query. You can see suitability, gaming or it should have the text creative. So based on this criteria, the suitability fields records are being sorted. Next, read is greater than 2200. Read should be greater than 2200. For that, again open this query in design view and we need to apply criteria to read. For read field, so it should be greater than 2202. So greater than 2202 means greater than 2202. Sorry, 2200. Okay. So it is not mentioned like it should be 2200 and greater than that. Only read is greater than 2200. So greater than 2200. Execute the query. You can see now all the records which are under the read field are more than 2200. That is 2200. So even this question we have done, suitability and read. Criterias are done. Now next we will move to contains a new field called detail which is calculated at runtime. This field will calculate the price increased by 20%. Now we need to create a new field with the name retail. With the name retail, we need to create new field and it has to be calculated with the price increased by 20%. So whatever is the price, we need to increase 20% in that, right? So for creating new field, open query in design view. Wherever is your last field, now price is the last field, right? So next to this, in the first row itself, that is fields 1, write the name of the field which you want to create. So I want to create retail. After that, double colon. Now, based on what criteria we need to create this, the field will calculate the price increased by 20%. So, whatever is the value in the price field, we need to increase that value by 20%. So, to increase any value by 20%, we can multiply it by 1 by 2. Right. So, field names will always come in square brackets. So, price is the field name given in one of the table. So field name in square brackets multiplied by 1.2. For increasing the number in any specific number by 20%, we can multiply that number with 1.2. So this is what basic formula here and then click on run the query. So now you can see retail price here. It is already, we have added one new field that is retail field by 20%. By multiplying the price field. Okay. Basically, we need to increase 20% in the price field. So you can see here 389. So we have increased 20% in retail price. So next, this is also done. We have created successfully. Next question, what we are going to do is, now almost query part is done. We have sorted records based on the criteria. Field we have added, all the fields are visible. And then sorts the data into ascending order of country. Sorting data into ascending order of country, it is possible to do it in query as well as report, but we'll do it in report. So sorting and page orientation, that is landscape, this will come in report part. This will be the report section. So sorting field. The sorting and landscape orientation will do it in report and fits on a single page wide with no page number displayed. Page number should not be displayed. So we'll see how to create query now, a report now. For creating report, first I'll close this query. Do you want to save changes to the design of query? Yes. Done. Now how to create a report. For creating query, for creating reports and for creating labels, you will get these all options in create tab, queries group, even forms. So report, forms, queries and tables, all the options are here. So click on create tab. In reports group, you have to click on report wizard. Now, because we have already created the query and retrieved the fields which we want and applied criteria, so we'll select the query itself because all the requirements for that report are in the query and I'll take all the fields this side. You have to make sure that all the fields are in the sequence. Then next, do you want to add any grouping levels? No. Then next, now sorting sorts the data into ascending order of country. So country field should be sorted into ascending order. So you have to select country field and it should be ascending order. Then next. After that, has a page orientation of landscape. So our report should be in landscape page orientation. Okay. So landscape. Adjust the field width so all field fits on a page. Now this checkbox, when you check this checkbox, now all the fields will by default adjust on one page itself. That means the fields will not go on other page. So it is given fits on a single page wide with no page numbers displayed. So to make all the fields, like all the fields should be fit on one page wide. For that you need to check this checkbox. Next, what title do you want for the report? Again, you can see one title is given over here, that is drives for gamers or creative work, which we used for query. Same will be used here. Just make sure there is no space before the name. If a space is there, it will not get saved. So title and then finish. You can see report is created over here. But still you can see like some fields are not clearly visible. Hashtag error is there, right? So for that, close this print review, view in layout view, and now you can adjust this codes as you want. Okay, but even you have to follow the sequence of this. Report should be, all the fields should be in this sequence. So drive code, model. First field should be drive code, then model, then model. So I think you can see drive code, model. After that, maker, and after maker country is there, right? After maker country, then suitability, form factor, read capacity. Suitability, form factor, read capacity, TB, price and detail. So almost all fields are in sequence except country. Country is first here. So what we can do, instead of shifting all the fields, we can just move this country field after maker's field. Right? After maker country should be there. So what I will do here, I will just shift this country field after maker's field here. Okay. And then we can adjust other fields. So this will be shifted here on the left, drive code. After drive code, model code should be there. So shift, so that all the fields should be set properly and all data should be clearly visible. For that we need to just make sure proper spacing is done. Then model. After model code, after model, maker, and after maker, country field should be there, right? So almost we have done. Instead of changing whole data and shifting, we have just shifted country field, else all data is properly adjusted over here. So you can do this by using mouse pointer, or else by using the shift keys, arrow keys with the shift keys for shifting data. Just a minute. Country field is not that properly visible. Let's see now. From design view, I'll increase the size of it. You can even adjust your design view. So again, I'll go to layout. And now you can see all fields are clearly visible. We'll just shift left side so that all other data should fit properly. For shifting, you can use this arrow key of your keyboard. Left and right arrow keys for left right shifting. Almost we are done with the report. Then form factor. After that, read. If we want, we can shift this more this left side. Space is there, so we can adjust all the fields properly. You can reduce the size of this first field because data is not very big. Now I think it can be done properly. Basically, you have to adjust so that all other data should fit on the same page properly. Right. You have to use arrow keys of your keyboard for shifting, or else you can select and drag. But dragging, if you're not much comfortable, you can use arrow keys. It will be more easy for you. Now the last field is retail field. Sorry, some other fields are there. Capacity TV is there. Then price field. You can shift read field more left side. This can be done. It is little time consuming, but still we have to adjust it. And then the last field, that is retail field. So we are done with our report almost. Just make sure all your data is clearly visible. Done. All data is set, all fields are properly set, and all are clearly visible. So what else you can do is you can shift all these records little up so that the done. So that in report, report will look little good. if it is properly addressed, even though it is little time consuming. That. So now give this, we'll see how the report looks, view and report view. So finally your report will, this is how your report will look. So the report is properly done. Next is has your name, center number and candidate number on the report. So we need to write name, center number, candidate number on the report, but it is not mentioned that exactly where we want header, footer. So what we can do, open layout view. As when you will open the report in layout view, this design tab will open. So in this design tab, select the label and drag this label next to the title itself. Drag this here. And in this label, or else open this in design view, and in design view next to this drives for gamers or creative work, select the label and drag that label over here. Inside this label you can write your name, center number and candidate number. Suppose you can format it to make it clearly visible. Format tab, select label and then increase the font size. And even you can make this bold. Done. Now view this in report view, or you can even check the print review directly to see how your report is. So you can see name, center number, candidate number is visible. All the fields are clearly visible, all data is clearly visible, and all fields are addressed on the same page, right? So we are done with this report. Question number 18. Using fields from both tables, produce labels for drives. Now, in the previous report, in the question number 17, we are seeing how to create a report. In this question, we'll see how to produce labels. Labels is also a part of report. So for that, here you can see select the records where suitability is home or includes the text SOHO, that is SOHO. So suitability is one field, right? So even same as how we create a report, we first create query, right? So similarly here also in labels, when we are creating labels, we are supposed to create queries first. So for creating queries, we need the field names. You can read the suitability is home or includes the text SOHO. So suitability is one field which we need to add in the query. Format is second field which we need to add in the query. Even price is a field and capacity TB is also filled. So this four fields by default we have to take in the query. After that, even you can see here in the table below if any other field is mentioned. So you can see maker is there, model is there, city, country, suitability will add from there, connection is there, format and price is there. So total suitability, format, price, capacity, TB, maker, model, city, country, these all fields we need to add. So open Access, click on create tab. First we'll create a query. So in queries group, click on query wizard, simple query wizard. Okay. Now select the fields from here. Make sure you don't select from the queries because we have already applied some criteria. You have to select tables over here, and from the tables itself you need to select the fields. So suitability, we'll select one by one. We'll start from maker, model like this. So makers field will, I think you'll get from makers table, maker. Then after maker, from drives table, I think model is there. Model, city, country, this all we have to take. Model, city, country is not here. City and country is in makers table. So city, country. After that, suitability, connection, suitability. So suitability is in drives table. Suitability. After suitability, connection, format and price. So connection, format, click on this arrow to shift the field that side, format, and after format, price is there. So almost all fields we have added, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are there. We'll just check it out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are there. Capacity TB is not mentioned here, but it is there. It should be one or more, right? So even we need capacity TB field. So we'll add that field from makers table. Sorry, it is in drives table. Capacity TB, done. So all fields we have added here. After that, just check it out if any other field is there. No, done. Next, and what title do you want for your query? What title you want? Again, there must be some title, right? Display the text large capacity drive for home use. In the top of each label, the same title we can use over here. So after that, finish. So one more query we have created for labels. This query is created for labels. Now we can apply the criteria which are mentioned over here. Criteria are always applied in the query section. So don't miss that. Suitability is home or includes the text SOHO. So for suitability field, for applying criteria, first open this query in design view, and then suitability should be home or SOHO, or it should include SOHO, right? So it should be home or double quotation marks asterisk SOHO, again asterisk and double quotation marks, and now run the query. Now you can see suitability, either it is SOHO or it should include the text SOHO, or else it should be home, but I think home is not visible here. So we'll check the criteria again. First, we'll see for home if it is displayed. Okay, home, and we wanted home or the text SOHO. So make sure spelling is right for home, HOME in capital, home or SOHO in capital, and then asterisk double quotation. Now we'll try. It's an invalid string. Okay. Now you can see the criteria is applied, and now the suitability fields are SOHO as well as home. So home or SOHO, all this. Now what was the syntax for applying the criteria here? First I wrote that so home or like SOHO. This is done. Next, format is SSSD. So all formats should be SSD. And then run. Now you can see all the formats of SSD are visible. After that, price is less than 130. So price is less than 130 means for again design view, price, criteria it should be less than. So less than 130. Price is less than 130. So less than operator you have to use and 130. And then run the query. Done. So price you can see less than 130. All the prices less than 130. Next thing here is capacity TB is 1 or more. So capacity TB should be 1 or more. It should not be less than 1 or more. So 1 or more, right? So greater than or equal to 1. So now capacity TB is greater than or equal to 1. Either 1 or it should be more than 1. So criteria are done. So almost query part is done. Now we'll see how to create labels. Okay. So are sorted into ascending order of price. This we'll do afterwards. Display A to the page and 2 side by side. 8 should be there on one page and 2 side by side. So for creating labels, what are steps? I'll just close this query, save, click on create tab. In reports group, click on labels, and then 8 to the page and 2 side by side in portrait layout. For example, 99.00 mm wide and 67.70. So 99.00 and 67.70 it should be. Let's see if 67 is there, otherwise we can take that. 99.00 mm or 6, you can see here 99.0 and 67.7 mm number across 2 means 2 next side by side. 99.0 and 67.70. It's a 70. 70. Just check it out if you will get. 7 is also okay. You can search from here 99.00 and 67. You can take this 99.0 into 67.7. After that, next. If you want your labels to be displayed little big, you can change the font size or else it is fine. After that, next. Now how you want the labels to be displayed? See, maker, next to maker, model should be displayed, right? So, first we'll take maker field, space, model. After that, enter. Second is city and then space, country. So, city, space, country. After that, enter. You can see the layout which is given here. Then suitability and nothing should be next to it. So, suitability, enter. After that, connection and format. Connection, next to it, format. After that, price. The last field should be price field. So, in this manner, we need. Okay, after that, once the labels are arranged in the given format, click on next. Now, if you want to sort any field into ascending or descending order, you have to select from here. Are sorted into ascending order of price. So price field should be sorted into ascending order. So select price field and then next and then finish. So here labels have been created in the given format. Then display the text large capacity drives for home use in a larger bold font at the top of each label. So at the top of each label, we need to display the text label. So first view this in design view. And then shift all the fields down. Select and shift all the fields down. You can use control key. And then after selecting this or dragging this all down, add a text large capacity drives for home use. Copy this text, take one label and add This label should be visible in front of all this. Done. Next, have your it should be displayed in a larger bold font at the top of each label. So it should be displayed in larger big font. So increase the font size for this, and it should be in big bold. It should be in front of all the labels. Just increase this. Make sure it is a whole label is clearly visible. Okay, and then you can change the color to black. Done. Not full black. It should be white. Font color you can select. Done. So next, have your name, center number, and candidate number at the bottom of each label. So at the bottom of each label means again what you have to do, format, design, label. At the bottom of this label you have to drag this label and write your name, center number, and candidate number. Okay, done. So even this should be visible properly. I'll just change the font of this to black. Done. Save and print your labels. Now just save these labels and print. So home tab, view in layout view, open in print layout, print review. So this is how your labels will be displayed in printing format, in print layout. So make sure you have entered your name, center number, candidate number. So labels are also created here. You can save this in the form of PDF. So we are done with the database task of this 2022 Feb-March paper. If any queries, you can